you dumb, beautiful fucker.
Who wants to be in America's slash fic with Abraham Lincoln?
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 209 of Y'all Gonna Hear podcast. I'll be your host today, Patrick. And joining me today are my two caravanning co-hosts.
It's Johnny.
Got sucked into the other world via my feet, and now my feet are very long. Colt.
That's right.
So now he's a clown.
He's a clown. It's clown. It's Colt trapped in clown world.
It sucks so much. I've got huge feet, and all the weird fetish accounts are messaging me.
Fucking Colt's just like, I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby. But also he's the Joker baby. Like he's a baby Joker.
I'm the baby Joker, yes.
Baby
I'm
Joker.
the baby Joker.
Duh, baby.
But yeah, today's
Fucking
episode is Lad Making Isekai anime. And a little sort of introduction for those who aren't aware. Isekai is a subgenre of anime and manga that literally means another world. And it's definitely gotten a resurgence of popularity, massively so in the last few years. But it's a subgenre that's been around for many, many years. But basically, a character that exists in another world, typically the contemporary modern world, is either dies, reincarnates, or is transported to another world where they must sort of deal with sort of the crazy happenings therein. Usually it's someone dies and is reincarnated in a fantasy world, very sort of medieval European fantasy. Though not always the case, but definitely with the last few years of resurgence of the genre, it's definitely been more specifically in this sort of Dungeons and Dragons type fantasy world. And the saturation of the genre has gotten to the point where it's sort of overloaded. Basically, you can't really throw a stick these days without hitting at least 4 or 5 different Isekai series.
I mean, every season there is at least 2 to 3 new Isekais announced. Not announced, but coming out. And announced at the same time.
Like, for instance, I went shopping at Barnes & Noble today, and I saw at least, at a minimum, 40 different Isekai series on the shelf.
Yeah, and like one of them's probably called like, I can't believe my little sister's got this, my chubby little sister's working out food porn fetish websites. I can't believe it. It's just called that. That's the official title.
Well, the thing is it's like a pop punk band song title.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, granted, the Venn diagram between pop punk and lolicon is honestly probably a circle.
Yeah, because let's just say there's a pervasive issue of lolicon in anime in general, but it's even more so in Isekai, because there's a lot of harem series. Some milquetoast dudes.
Why is there always weird lolly stuff in Isekais? It's always there.
And I don't feel like it used to be that way. Like, not to be like an old curmudgeon, like back in my day, but like I don't remember one that being that like really Isekai at all, but also like I don't remember this weird incest lolicon bullshit.
I know for sure it was in the parts of the internet where it was for weirdos and they knew it was for weirdos. But stuff like Shield Hero, that's for like the mainstream stuff. And then there's Sword Art Online with the weird brother-sister thing. That was mainstream stuff.
Well, and then just like that one season where it's just that poor girl getting raped the entire season.
I don't get it. Why? Can you just have someone that's not a sex pest just go into another world and be like, I want to be a good person?
Sword Art Online, more like suck ass online.
Oh, whoa. Got him.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
That wasn't even the first one to do that. Oh, God.
Yeah, because, like, we have the AYCH promise. Hands across my chest, hand in the air. There will be no weird little sister tropes in our homespun isekai anime. No. You have our promise.
Yes, for sure. But there will be lots and lots of weird food fetishes that you've never heard of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Turns out one of the characters really hot for mangoes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we gotta have one person who's just really into fucking grapefruit.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, but that's something we might as well get into. Like, we're making our own isekai from top to bottom today. We're just bullshitting the story here, and y'all are along for the ride. And let us know how it compares to other isekai ilk that's out there on the market. But I do have a seed of a story.
All right, let's hear it.
If this is the direction we want to go, we don't have to. But I'm just throwing it out there to at least have a jumping off point for us. Since so many isekai are started by main character is doing something and they're hit by a truck, and that instant of death is what transports them to the next world. What if the isekai starts just this schoolgirl, she's or this girl, whatever, she's hurt derping along, just get along to her next stage. She's late for school, she's late for something, she's late for an appointment, and she's like, I gotta do something. And she's just a regular old girl, nothing really or special. And then all of a sudden she's hit by a truck. And maybe we can play with it. Like, oh, she's an isekai fan. It's like, oh, one day maybe I can be reincarnated because I just wasted my life being just a silly little nut. And so she is reincarnated, but she's reincarnated as a truck.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And like there's this magical cosmology where certain trucks are given it's up to you to transport people to another world, because overpopulation, because we have to send people to the world to save these alternate universes. And so she is designated as sort of like this psychopomp to transport the people that she's sort of targeted to kill and send them to another world, but she has to live out her life as a truck. And she meets all these other trucks. It's like this truck thing or vehicle thing where you find out all this really specific information about trucks.
Hear me out.
I thought you were going to go the Cars route and you were just going to describe the plot of Cars. But this is
hear me out. On a similar train of thought as Colt, we pitch this to Pixar. We tie this into the Cars universe. I mean, we already have planes. I mean, if they could get fucking what was that fucking comedian's name that everyone loved in 2005?
Larry the Cable Guy?
No.
Cook?
Dane Cook. Yes, that's right. Fucking. If they could get Dane Cook to do Planes.
Dane Cook was in Planes?
He was the main character in Planes.
What the fuck?
Why? He is so not kid-friendly at all.
Well, I guess at that point, his sort of trajectory as this edgy comic has sort of come and gone, so he's just kind of back to being just a little no-name again. So that might have been his attempt to get back on a working track again.
God.
Surprise! It didn't work at all.
God, I just because that is a very specific point in time where Dane Cook was just everywhere.
He was
and then just as fast as he rose, he was just gone.
Yeah. Also, his brother embezzled a lot of money from him. Apparently,
that might be why he's not in shit anymore.
Yeah. All he would do is just say like dick, balls, vagina,
and then
fart
like
noises.
gesticulate.
It's funny you say that because I was in my pre-wake up mush mind. My brain dug out of my subconscious like that one comedy special he's in where he's just on a podium surrounded by like millions of people.
Oh, where he's in the arena?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God,
Yeah, I was suddenly reminded of that. It's weird synchronicity for today.
Like, I remember watching that with my grandmother.
Okay.
She was
That's
not...
such a weird thing to watch with your
She
grandmother.
was not into it.
I'm sure she loved the bit about come on the movie theater floor.
Probably, yeah.
But anyway.
Anywho.
So this girl is now a truck, and she has to get people. She has to kill people by running them down to transport them to other isekai worlds. So, is that where you want to go, or we can do this? Y'all can come up with some other ideas that we can sort of like. Everybody pitch one idea, and we pick one to go with.
I like Truck Girl. That's fucking hilarious.
I do like Truck Girl. I really do. I think we can do a lot there. So essentially, she can jump dimensions, and she's trying to find people to send to other worlds?
No, well, that might be an ability she comes into later. But basically, to start out with, she's sort of given like a chart, like she gets missions. Like, okay, you have to go find like other people because like God or some deity is like you're now charged. You have to find this random like salary man. You have to hit him to send him to the the water world. You got to hit this girl that sent her to the the bunny world. Whatever X isekai world it is.
Now, what would be
Okay.
hilarious? Hear me out. Like, she's just a truck, and she's going to all these worlds. It's not just our world. Like, imagine like medieval Europe. This fucking peasant just minding his own business gets fucking sandblasted by a fucking truck.
Because I do like the idea of like part way through the series, she starts to travel to the other isekai world because, like, let's say there's like some big boogity boo that's like going and like snuffing out the isekai protagonist or the isekai worlds, and so like the cosmology that's in charge of her is like, okay, we need all our isekai trucks to come and stop this bad guy. So there's just like a convoy of different like utility trucks going to like medieval Europe to like find these things, but they have to be hidden because they'll disrupt the thing of the world.
And
Okay, so it's like that one episode of Futurama, the Were car. Wherever it hits you, you become a car, or you transform into a car
yeah.
after the moon. Right?
So yeah, so we have like we can set up like the plot. Like first big story arc is just her sending people to their next lives. Mm-hmm. Then the next big story arc is like her traveling to the other isekai worlds. Or in the first arc we can meet the other isekai truck because there's more than just her out there.
Yeah. Well, and I have to throw this out there. She has to be a pickup truck.
Just to be a pickup truck.
She has to be a pickup truck.
Okay, what are we talking about? Ford, Chevy?
We
Ram?
making this girl a goddamn Ford F-150. Know what I mean? Yee yee.
Like just like a 4x4. Like
or like, have you ever seen those like fucking Ford F-450s that like the fucking back end looks like it has like a Pixar mom ass, and it has like
Okay, I'm in. I like that. I like that.
like 5 wheels, but only on the back, only on the fucking back.
yeah, for some reason the back end has 4 wheels.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull this shit up since I have both monitors.
We're giving Jonathan too much power. He's gonna have big ass bitches on one screen and truck tail ends on the other.
Okay, I have a request for just a thing that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
Can we have the truck go to Croatoan, and that's where they go. They got hit by the truck, and all those people disappeared because they got hit by the truck. Can we do that?
Sure.
Okay. I like that. And it's not something as simple as they went with the Croatoa tribe. No, it's not that simple. they did get transported into cyberpunk Japan.
I do like the idea that there are historical disappearances that we could pin on people being transported to Isekai world, like the Roanoke Island. Roanoke is the name of an Isekai world, and there's just like a truck, like a horse and buggy just ran all those fuckers down.
Well, like one of the isekai trucks like went ape shit and just like serial killered this entire fucking village. That's why they disappeared.
Yeah, we definitely need the villain truck. Maybe they were originally like they're like this Grim Reaper ass truck. Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Oh no! What if the Grim Reaper truck is like Gravedigger, the monster truck?
Okay, and its mission is to destroy all these special Transformer trucks.
Yes.
We're making Transformers here.
No,
they don't transform. They're just trucks.
I know.
But we can have a special guest appearance by Optimus Prime. Like,
okay.
What if he's one of the multiverse like heroes? Like when she's like called up by like the Isekai god, it's like we're building together a crack team to stop the evil Isekai truck, and Optimus Prime is one of like one of the special ops peoples.
Oh yeah, it's got to be Optimus Prime. Naruto's got to be there too.
Just Naruto for some fucking reason. And something else we have to add is every time someone gets hit by a truck, it's like Mortal Kombat levels of gore.
Yeah, because like
they just get obliterated
because
like
atomized.
They turn into sweat. They're just blood. It's just no bones, no gore. It's just blood.
You just see their
getting
shoes because it
splashed
knocked them out of their shoes.
Yeah, because it always cuts away from the person being hit by a car and just white flash of light. But we hold on it, and you just see them just get mashed, like that one fucker in Final Destination. God. Oh, also we can get into like because this is a manga / anime with a extremely narrow focus. We can get into like the truck subculture. You know how there's a subculture of people in Japan where they take these big rig trucks and they just deck them out with like lights and like with like big paintings and like they basically look like rolling casinos, but they're big wheel trucks.
Okay.
Yeah, and they look awesome. And then we could have like another group where it's like the equivalent of like American rednecks, and they jack up their trucks and they just beat the hell out of them.
And then they got the one that's doing the Carolina squat.
Oh God, yes. Oh,
and that boy just ain't right, if you know what I mean.
God, I'm on a tangent. I'm watching a biker show right now, and there's a character who's essentially a Westaboo. Like he's a Japanese man, but he has like this sort of like this like Texan like name he gave himself. He dresses like a cowboy. He speaks in country song lyrics. And it's like what if there was like a team of those guys?
Jesus Christ.
I do like that. I really do. And like it's just people that are really into the American culture behind trucks.
But just trucks.
Yes. Like we have people from all over the world. We got people from Africa, Asia, Russia, whatever, Europe, just all going together because they love trucks so much.
I'm trying to find a name, because all the names are very like meaningful, and I'm trying to find one because.
What do you mean? What names are meaningful? Like the name of
you know how
Isekai?
You know how like in like manga characters and anime characters, like their name is like relevant to the story or relevant to the character. Like Midoriya in My Hero, Midori means green, and Deku has green hair and a green outfit, like that.
What's a word for a truck with a fat ass?
Well, I know
Hold on. Google Translate.
Well, I know this. Like, there's a series of movies called Toraku Yaro, which means truck rascals. It's a very famous film about these sort of like roughneck guys who drive big weird trucks and get into misadventures. And like Toraku is like it's just the English word phoneticized. So what it is, like, this girl, her name is Tora, like Torashi or something. But she thinks, oh, if I'll be reincarnated as something cool like a tiger, because Tora means tiger in Japanese. So she's reincarnated as Tora, but it's Toraku because it's truck. So she thinks she can be a tiger, but she comes out as a truck.
Hell yeah. And Japanese people, they love their fucking puns.
They love their wordplay.
I'm looking at like the film posters for Truck Rascals. I am interested.
I've been wanting to watch the Truck Rascals for a long time. They sound like a good ass sign. They're like just I think there's a bunch of them too, and also some of the main characters from that series are directly referenced in One Piece. Like Bunta Sagawa. I think he's the main character of the Truck Rascals series. He's the like literally copy paste inspiration for Aka Inu, the lava admiral, and one of recurring character in Truck Rascals was he passed away very recently. He was the inspiration for Kizaru, the energy beam admiral in One Piece.
Yeah,
like it's like not even like subtle. Like it's exactly them.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I
But what did you type into Google Translate though?
Truck with fat ass.
It's not going to be a Japanese word. It's just going to be an English word.
It's going to be a phrase. Yeah. And I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm not going to be fucking that disrespectful. Not that it has stopped me before, but.
You gonna be fucking Steven Crowder over here?
Oh, God, no. God, do not bring that little twat up.
Jonathan, what have you done? You not only have you tried to look up how to say truck with a fat ass in Japanese, you have what over here?
It's supposed to be anthropomorphic truck porn, but I found fucking Danny Trejo as a centaur for some reason. It's a picture of Danny Trejo as a shirtless naked centaur, ripped to shit, surrounded by like baby kittens and small animals underneath a bridge with a bouquet of flowers in his hand. I don't know what I'm looking at. Me either.
Save that picture, honestly. Because what? I feel like I just had a stroke looking at that.
I'm smelling toast.
I know that Jonathan was looking for ways to say the truck has a fat ass. I understand that. So I put in big bottom into Google Translate to Japanese. And I found Okinasoko. I was like, Okinasoku. Oh, Soko. I think that sounds nice. But in reality, it means big bottom.
What if one of the trucks is just that one character from Robots?
Wait, what?
Oh, yes. Yes, the one
Oh,
the
God.
cafe lady.
It took me a minute to remember what the fuck you were talking about, and I'm like, oh my God, that was a movie. That was a movie. That happened.
God. Well, Aunt Fanny, that was her name.
Yes.
That fucking character kickstarted somebody's fucking puberty. Present company excluded.
Jesus Christ.
We got derailed by ass.
That's nothing new. Jesus Christ. This bitch built literally like a fucking lunch lady.
I'm about to shit.
Got me looking up pictures. Whoa, it's bigger than I remember.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, woo. You know, that might be a little too much ass. That might be a little too much of a good thing.
I'm going to shit myself. God. And of course,
You can. There's porn right next to pictures of.
yeah,
Oh, I can imagine.
yeah, I'm looking right at it.
This is rough.
I think we stared into the abyss.
Yeah, that's what the abyss.
Where do we go from here? Where were we going?
We were talking about trucks with fat asses, and then we found Centaur Danny Trejo.
Oh Jesus. Trying to reel this back out of the ditch. Okay, what if one of the bits is the Isekai god it randomly chooses a truck to turn into a psychopomp? And so what if one of the utility trucks that she gets put into, it belongs to somebody? So you just have what if it like a guy working construction. His truck is now this Grim Reaper truck who sends people to the next world.
Okay.
But he has to deal with the fact that he's trying to work his construction, but then she'll get called like, okay, you got to run this bitch down and send her to Dungeons and Dragons world. So he's driving the truck, or he's in the truck while she gets yanked off to do like one of her missions. So like you just see him just plow through somebody, and he has to like hide the fact that he's an accessory to murder. So he has to like hose down off the gore off the front end of his truck.
And like this subplot of the anime is just him literally breaking down. Like going literally insane.
And bitch, what if one of it's like this weird dark comedy, but what if one of the bits is he becomes so distraught he asks her to run him over because he can't deal with all the death anymore.
And it's this real emotional scene. They're both fucking crying, and it's like the fucking Fast 6 runway that's like 30 miles, and it's just an entire episode of her running this dude over.
Like he's at one end of the road crying, and she backs up, and they're like both thinking stuff at the same time, and so like then like the episode ends, she runs down. But there's a twist because she wasn't told to send them to another world. It fucks things up.
Oh no!
Because like he gets sent to a random world. Because the rest they're like you were chosen, you will be sent to X world. Like they're people who were chosen, they're designated a place. But then she just ran him over, and he had no place to go. So he's just lost in the afterworld.
So the rest of the show is her trying to get him back.
Yeah, and like that is a reoccurring plot during like the Gravedigger art when he's destroying worlds. So she's trying to find him before the Gravedigger possibly destroys the world that he's on. That's a good bit.
That is fucking hilarious. Goddamn, I think we got a fucking show.
I mean, I wish I was an animator because I would want to make this show and watch it.
I'm just like imagining the guy like after it first happens, just being like, like he gets out of the truck, he's just like,
like just fucking heaves on the side of the road.
It's like, and it's comically long. It's like a fucking Family Guy bit.
It's just like that episode, that bit where they drink Imodium or whatever.
Yeah.
God. Or we can bring in bits from the show, like when that deer got exploded by a big rig that we talked about.
Oh, on Cajun Greatness, yeah.
Oh, we talked about on your episode way back in the day too, the story of Jonathan.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking that deer did die. Very, Very, very gruesomely.
So
Well, that deer just got reincarnated. You watched it happen in real time.
it's like I deer in another world, and it's just like a deer's brain put to a human body. Like he's just like a knight, but somehow, like
and I just picture him like flailing about, scared because it doesn't know English.
And it somehow just bumbles its way into saving the world.
I would love for that to be the spinoff.
Jesus.
It plays it straight, like that would be a story that we kind of peek in on from time to time, and then but that's because all these fucking isekai, they have like 101 different spinoffs, but like there's a bit where you just see a deer brain in a human body that somehow he's a knight and he's charged with saving the world, and he has all these just like thirsty ass hoes on top of him. And but everybody treats him like he's the hero, but he's just like he's just freaking out at all times.
I kind of want a scene where he tries to fight another deer. I'm thinking of the TikTok where people saying, "I'm about to fist fight this skinwalker," and it's the deer standing on its hind legs and it's trying to punch you.
Mm-hmm. There are a surprising amount of TikToks of people fighting deers.
It's almost like it's a subgenre of TikToks.
It's skinwalkers. I'm telling you.
Fucking deer fights TikTok.
Oh, the new bum fights is deer fights,
Or kangaroo fights.
Or have y'all seen the Josh fight video or picture that's going around?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fucking wild. I remember seeing the Josh thing. It's like, haha, that's funny. I didn't think it was really going to happen.
It did.
It's just that, but it's deer. Yeah, so we got the spinoff, and we have the main story. Okay, all right. So what? So now that we got that, we can talk about like the grave robber arc, where you have the monster truck destroying world. We can talk about that bit. Well, who's going to be in her crack team of super trucks?
Oh God. There's got to be one that's just a fucking Chad.
Yeah,
Like a Chad truck. Yeah.
Okay, what
a swolesome himbo Chad truck.
Okay, what would the Chad character? What would his truck be?
I feel like a Chad truck is like I don't know trucks. I feel like a Chevy's pretty Chad.
We have like actual brands and shit.
Well, you know how there's like that one music anime review that they'd had like name brand guitars in it. Mm-hmm. We're the same thing,
yeah.
But it's just with trucks, like Ford, Chevy, all accounted for.
Hell yeah!
God, imagine if there was an anime that had like a truck sponsorship.
Like that would be wild.
I honestly think it's a possibility. I think it might happen.
I mean, the WWE has like commissioned an anime through Crunchyroll, so who's to say Ford couldn't do the same? Pizza Hut had that deal with Hatsune Miku.
Yeah,
where you could like scan a QR code and like AR Hatsune would dance on top of the box. That was an honest to God thing. If y'all haven't seen that, look that up.
God,
I remember that. That was happening when I was like in middle school, and I remember being pretty hyped about it because it was funny. I remember the Domino's or
it was Domino's.
Domino's.
Yeah, it wasn't Pizza Hut, it was Domino's.
Yeah, the main CEO was talking about how he's like, we've partnered with Hatsune Miku. It was a pretty good bit.
That's fucking
and just like these actual Photoshop pictures of him like arms crossed back to back with Hatsune Miku. It's fucking hysterical.
But talking about the truck sponsorships, because living in fucking the backwoods of Alabama, there is a surprising Venn diagram between rednecks and anime.
Yeah.
So when those two worlds collide, these fucking yee motherfuckers are just gonna be like, woo!
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, they got my Ram in here.
Built for that one's built
gap.
for tough up there.
On my end, that just sounded like very loud sound.
Like it was completely unintelligible.
Because the further you get in the woods, the less intelligible it becomes.
Well, part of it is because they have so much dip in their mouth.
God, that is so gross.
Oh, God.
Like, I would rather people fucking smoke at that point.
I just thought of a very fun but very cursed sponsorship. Like, you have like dipping tobacco, like chewing tobacco, but they have anime girls as the mascot. So you just have like these
Hatsune Miku on a fucking skull can?
Please.
You just see Hatsune Miku with a big wad of chaw in her mouth.
Oh my god.
God.
I'm wanting to kill myself.
I'm so down with that. Hatsune Miku is officially a fan of chewing tobacco.
It's just a puck of skull, but it's like pink. It has got sparkles on it.
And they're clearly trying to get the more feminine audience into dipping.
But you know, it's just gonna be the pervy redneck dudes who are just like, oh yeah, Hatsune. They just like mash like pink chaw in their mouth.
God. Now with more fiberglass.
It's just fiberglass. It's just Pink Panther insulation.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
That's why it's pink. It's from all the blood.
They start smiling and it's just blood pouring down their mouths like they're
Oh, God.
fucking cannibal.
I'm
There's going to be an ad in the future with Hatsune Miku missing her jaw.
like she's just.
My name is Hatsune Miku, and I used to dip.
It's just like her with like a hole in her throat with a voice box.
My name's Hatsune Miku, and I used to be a smoker.
Fuck, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think that'd be a good bit to have Hatsune Miku, like, legit on, like, the side of the truck advertising
Skull.
Skull. Yeah.
Like we can have, you know, like one of those gigantic like 18-wheelers. She's like the cutesy ootsy uwu girl,
Yes.
but she's like the biggest ass truck.
Let's see. There's a tow truck,
Yeah,
and he's a fucking simp.
yeah. He's the simp.
Yeah.
Like he's
Voiced by Larry the Cable Guy.
it's just Mater.
It's like a simp version of Tow Mater, but it's Larry the Cable Guy trying to read Japanese.
Oh, God.
That
I mean, he's reading it and he's saying it. He's being respectful. It's just
Yeah.
that it's clearly being said by an American.
It's clearly being said by Larry the goddamn Cable Guy.
God.
Also, it's clearly Tomater that we're modeling this character after, but because Disney would sue us, we're like, no, this is like Joe Hafer or something like that. And it's like a slightly dookier brown tow truck.
God. Like what if he's like the medic because the tow truck takes the wrecked cars and heals them, like takes them to the repair shop? So maybe like he's the medic. Quote.
Okay.
Oh, what if there's an ambulance? We get into like slightly like we start to like get into other stuff. Like, we have an ambulance.
Okay, yeah. Just large vehicles.
Oh, and we can have like some irony in there because the ambulance used to be a lawyer that would chase ambulances, but he got hit by one. He got put inside of one.
That's hilarious. And then, you know, any sort of fantasy anime series has to have a mentor character. Mm-hmm. And I think the mentor character needs to be a windowless van, airbrushed with a like purple, with like a fucking wizard, a naked woman, and a panther on the side.
Yes.
That or they're like the eccentric one. Like they're like, because I'm thinking the mentor is like one of those old like classic trucks, like from the 1950s.
Okay, all right.
Like, I don't know truck, but you know, like the classic truck. That's all like rounded and pointed, and then like they had the van guy be like he's like the weird one, but like, you know, he has like one specific thing he does in specific circumstances that makes him just like OP.
The van guy could just huff gasoline, and that could be his thing.
like he's just behind all the other trucks and just like sucking up their exhaust.
The climactic fight with this gravedigger truck. You know, the gravedigger has kicked everyone's ass. Everyone's down for the count, and he's giving his fucking monologue, and then he stops. It's like, do I smell weed? Van just comes out of nowhere.
Oh, like that would be a good bit. It's like that how they beat Gravedigger is they hit him and they send him off to another world that they don't even know about because apparently there could be a bit where like when a psychopomp transports a soul from the one life to the next, but no one knows what happens when a psychopomp dies. So they're banking on that. So they somehow hit him with a truck, and that sends him to like just the abyss.
Well, they don't just hit him with one truck; they hit him with all the trucks.
Oh, God.
What if they just?
Oh, so it's like sending parts of him to different universes instead of all to one.
Like one hits like a wheel off, and that goes to one universe.
Okay. Yeah, like either they just sort of they just whittle him down so like he's conscious but just completely immobile and separated, so he can't do anything. Or they Megazord this shit.
Bitch.
Gosh, and in the future parts, they can have like a race across America where they try to get all the parts of the monster truck to create it.
No, they're trying to get all the parts to the Pope Mobile.
Oh, fuck, yes. Yeah.
Hear me
I
out.
like that.
It's literally just Steel Ball Run.
Steel Ball Run meets Wacky Races. Well, it's already Wacky Races, but they're actual cars.
I like that a lot. I think a modern day Steel Ball Run would be a pretty fun time.
For real.
That's good shit. But for the title, like it has to be a really stupid long ass like how there's that trend with a lot of anime these days where they just have a fucking paragraph for a title.
I can't believe I turned into a dummy thick truck in the middle of a highway on a Sunday afternoon across from a Quickie Mart.
And now I have to run people down to send them to the next life.
And we kill God with the power of friendship. That's the whole title.
Yeah, all that.
I like that. I wouldn't watch it, honestly. I'd probably see the trailer and be like, this looks exactly like X-Arm.
Oh, come on. No. This will be fun.
Okay. Would get Mappa to animate it? Get Bones or a Studio Trigger?
This would be something Trigger would do, I imagine.
or we parse out the three parts of different studios. Like we have Mappa do the first part. That's pretty easy, chill. Then the second part is
probably like Bones,
and then like the final battle stuff with Gravedigger. That's Trigger.
But like specifically like the Gurren Lagann team.
Yeah, like like the movie is like them in space and like her fucking wheels are like galaxies. Like them traveling to the different worlds. That's Bones. But then like the final like 4 or 5 episodes is Trigger.
Hell yeah.
And we have to have a scene where they talk about how their exhaust pipes, that's their buttholes.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe one of the team gets killed because someone puts a potato up its tailpipe and it explodes.
Oh God.
No.
Or like also do we find her construction worker friend at the end, or we save that for like a movie or something? Like the series.
Oh, that's a sequel.
The series ends with them getting like a beat on where he is.
Yeah,
and then that's either where the movie comes into, or
that's where the time skip. That's the time skip. We come back. Everyone's battle hardened, and then the rest of the show is them finding the guy.
Yeah. Taraku-chan ship it in.
Hell yeah!
All right.
I think we got ourselves a fucking.
That's a fucking anime. If I ever watched it, I want to watch that.
I want to watch this too. If we're being honest,
that's good shit. Crunchyroll, hit us up. we got an idea.
Crunchyroll, we got a story.
I mean, if you put money into X-Arm, I think this would be more worth your time. Just saying.
Come on.
Like we don't have to bring up the exhaust pipes being buttholes, but I'd really like it if we could.
Yeah, the exhaust.
But if that's a deal breaker, we can stop.
Yeah, the exhaust port butthole bit. That's just in the manga. It doesn't get carried over to the anime.
But I feel like if we're just like eviscerating people with trucks, I think the butthole thing is mild by comparison.
You would think.
Yeah.
Like they're okay with like just visceral, brutal gore. But, like, you alluded to the fact that a tailpipe is someone's butthole. No. Too much. Too far. Or what if, like, the animation studio we pitched this to, it, like, tries to, like, twist our arm? Okay, we'll animate this, but you have to make it sexier. Like, somehow the dude's in love with the truck. Like, or like, how some animes, like, this dude just haplessly ends up groping this girl or something. But like he pushes up the main girl's like tail, like her, what's the fucking word?
Hood?
Not the hood, the fucking bit in the end.
The tailgate.
Tailgate. I've lost my mind. He pushes up her tailgate and he's like a pervert, and she backs up and knocks him across the street.
Fuck.
God damn.
Or we could also, like, whenever Studio Trigger gets a hold of it, they get like Kill la Kill style outfits on them.
God.
And also that they sell like those little PVC statues of like their human forms.
Mm-hmm. God. Do you remember that show where girls just transform into cars?
Yeah, that was an anime.
That was an anime.
Yeah. It was definitely more lolly centric.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not having that.
Yeah,
That's not.
Yeah, like we said earlier, there is a 100% lolly free anime here. Like we go out of our way to say fuck that. Like we've stopped the story
kids
dead.
Kids don't exist in this universe. Kids don't exist in our universe. Okay.
Yeah. If it's like we point a finger to the camera. If you like lolly anime, go fuck yourself.
God.
But yeah, I think we made an anime.
I think we did too.
We made an anime that is going to be very expensive to animate, but we'll get it done.
Like, of course, it will be just like the trucks are CG, but everything else is normal.
Oh, God. Of course.
Oh, boy. But hell yeah, I think we're well on the road to a kick-ass anime. And also, thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed our anime pitch. Let us know what you think about it. Would you watch our show? We know you would. But anyway, thank you all so much for listening today. You can follow us on wherever podcasts are found: SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Spotify, any RSS feed catchers out there. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe on all those platforms. Helps us out, keeps us visible in the algorithm, puts us in front of new people, and of course, we always appreciate you when you do that. You can follow us on our socials on Twitter and Instagram at AYCH Podcast, Letterboxd and Facebook at AllYouCanHear, Twitch at twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear, and YouTube as well is also at AllYouCanHear. Also, speaking of anime, if you're listening to this episode the week it comes out, we have a spring anime review coming out at the end of the week. That's on Friday, the 30th. We'll be talking about several of the new series that have debuted this season. We looking forward to that. And throughout the week, we just have more content for you. On Wednesday, April 28th, we have a Mortal Kombat review of the new movie where we get Justin and Cannon, and we'll be talking about that. And speaking of which, on the 29th of this month, we have another brand new episode from our spinoff, Cage and Greatness. It's just, we have a banner episode. We just sit and talk and have a good time, just talking about Nicolas Cage and everything in between. So we have a big week coming out this week, if you listen to it the week of April 26th. And I think it's going to be a good time. So be sure to check all that out. There's a lot of good stuff coming out, and we hope you can get to appreciate all the hard work we're doing, because there's a lot of good stuff we're doing. And lastly, you can follow me, Patrick, on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name, my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
My name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIIBOI24 and JohnUnson12 on Letterboxd.
My name's Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. Have a good day. Go watch some truck anime.
Built Ford Tough.
Honk honk.
Brought to you by Skull. Not really. That's not true. Do not dip. Do not do dip. I will not do any tobacco-related ad things unless I'm paid millions. Thank you, and good night.